Some of you guys asked me to do a reading on Jake Bongiovi and Millie Bobby Brown and their engagement. So we're just going to see what we get from this situation. On the left, we're going to have Jake, Millie's energy, and the energy between the two of them. Okay, so what's going on in their relationship right now? Current status of their connection. I mean, I would say that it's a genuine connection. I don't know if some people were like, because, okay, I think the issue is like she's really young, right? And I think that's why people are like, this is a little sketchy. Why is it so quick or whatever? Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know what your thoughts are about this relationship in the comments. But so far, I'm seeing that it is a genuine connection. I'm seeing from his side, this is the Two of Pentacles in reverse, uneven. So something feels a little uneven or not reciprocated in their connection. Oh, I think he thinks he loves her more than she loves him. And I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing. I think it's just, I do feel like there's a bit of an issue there. So Jake sometimes feels like he does more for her, something like that. There's something about, sorry, I'm a little sick, by the way. So if I'm sounding really weird, deal with it. I'm kidding. But so okay, we're talking about Jake and Millie. This is an uneven exchange. So someone here definitely feels like it's unfair or we're not even, like maybe I do more for you and you do less for me. There's some, or I feel more for you, you feel less for me. There's some form of a conversation about that, about someone, like it's just not even. The exchange is not even. And when I asked what this is about the Ace of Cups. So this is their bond or their connection with each other. Does she travel a lot? Like, you know what I'm getting? I think he's a little bit clingy. So I think sometimes he feels like she doesn't do enough for him. Yeah, sometimes they fight and it feels like I think she can be very blunt and straightforward with her words, and that makes Jake feel like, oh, you don't love me. It's also like, oh, like I feel like I'm parenting a kid sometimes. Like I feel like sometimes you're a little immature, or sometimes you're like picking fights with me, or sometimes it's like, don't you have empathy for me? Millie's perspective of this relationship is the Star in reverse. So, okay, I do feel like it gets to her sometimes, the negative attention that this relationship yields. The energy between the two of them is the Seven of Cups in reverse. I do feel like they've had conversations about this of like, are we sure? Because, like, are we doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I being realistic here? Is this a fantasy? So I do feel like she's having doubts in this connection. Millie shows up as someone who is quite guarded, someone who has trust issues. The Nine of Wands is here. This is about like walking on eggshells. The Two of Pentacles is about like having to make a decision even if you don't want to. And the Ten of Wands in reverse is relief from a burden. So, yeah, sometimes she feels like maybe I should just end this relationship. Okay. Yeah, she's the one actually that's a little bit of a flight risk in this connection because I don't know if she doesn't speak. So okay, I'm seeing Page of Wands in reverse. That's an issue in communication and her being inconsistent. So I wonder if like she should say things sometimes to bring them, her concerns up to him, but she doesn't do that and it turns into more of a problem. So what that reminds me of is if like if I'm assuming what my partner thinks or what they're trying to say instead of just asking them, or if I'm trying to solve my problems on my own instead of just asking them. There's something about that. Um, the Queen of Swords is here, the Hierophant, and okay, so I wonder, does she? This is the Queen of Swords. I do feel like this is Millie being strategic, but I wonder if there's a part of her that's afraid she's gonna miss the opportunity to get married. And I do feel like there's a bit of like low self-worth in there as well. There's this feeling of like, what if this is the only engagement, like the only proposal I get, so I should say yes now. And if I change my mind, I can always do that, like there's a bit of that fear of a missed opportunity, which is confusing to me because she's really young. But again, it may just have to do with like self-worth. But I also feel with Millie that it's like marriage is a way of her locking him down. And because of her trust issues, she thinks if I marry you, then it means that we're together for life and you can't be with anyone else. That's not how it works. Okay? We all know this. Like marriage and being in an official relationship, you listen to me, you watching this, I know this is a message for you guys too. But it doesn't really actually solve anything, right? Unfortunately, like if being boyfriend girlfriend or why did I sound like Ken from like the Barbie trailer? Are we boyfriend girlfriend? But anyway, like if it fixed things that easily, then no one would really be booking tarot readings. Everybody, no one would get divorced even because you would lock someone down automatically, but that's not how it works, right? And I think the issue is she doesn't communicate very well. So that's my issue with her. She keeps her feelings bottled up inside, and then at some point it kind of just blows over. His intentions towards her. Oops. Okay, I had to pause for a little bit. Card fell. I need to like stop that. That's like why I don't shuffle. Like I used to shuffle. You know how like tarot readers would shuffle like this? I used to shuffle like that and I loved it because the cards would jump out, but like having a table sucks. Like everything always falls. Okay, so his intentions towards her, we have the Two of Wands, the Magician in reverse. I feel like okay, hold on. The Ace of Swords is in reverse. This is about regrets or an opportunity not worth seizing. I don't know. I do feel like there are sexual intentions on his part. We already know that. Um, the Knight of Pentacles, I think he's doing the same thing. They're both doing the same thing. They both think if I just lock you down now, if we're like secure now by virtue of marriage, then we don't have to try so hard anymore. It doesn't have to be a struggle. That's not how it works. Actually, the work probably starts right after you get married because then you're getting to know each other on a whole other level, like a whole different chapter of your lives. So yeah, like I kind of see him slacking off, or it's like, I do feel like he's gonna get tired of communicating as well. I think there's a part of him that feels defeated because he thinks she doesn't love him as much, or she's having doubts about the situation. Maybe they just had an argument lately, and that's why this is the energy popping up. But his energy is like, maybe I should just like, maybe I should let this go and allow you to do whatever you want. I want to be with you, but I don't want to force you into this. And um, but at the same time, it's like if I don't do this, I'm gonna regret it. So I think there's just a part of him that is like, maybe I should just not and just chill and let you do your own thing. But he also is afraid that he's gonna miss out on something if he doesn't do that, like if he lets her go. And love can be absolutely beautiful, but until you guys learn when to let go and when to put the work in, then it's not gonna work. Um, and also, what I'm seeing here with the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Three of Swords in reverse, this is definitely him trying to like appease her. This is an old heartbreak or a heartbreak from the past. So I think, what did he do? What is this, or what happened? What is the old heartbreak? Because I think that there is okay. Ooh, hold on. Five of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and Queen of Wands in reverse. Honestly, I don't like this because I feel like he has said something before out of spite to make her feel less confident in herself. It's like just a lack of maturity on both parts. They have a lot to grow into. They're going to realize a lot more in the future. But I see him trying to, like, I do see that his intentions are like, I think he cares about her for sure. He's trying to reverse a heartbreak somehow. But I do think that they have been hurtful to each other in the past. Something like, I do feel like toxic. Sometimes it's been toxic in their connection where it's like if you're angry and you say something that's like to make your partner feel bad or to make them to bring their ego down a bit. And it's like like you really didn't have to do it that way. That's what I'm getting out of this situation. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I think she has a habit of when she feels betrayed or triggered, or whenever she kind of closes off from him, basically. Like she alienates him in the relationship as well. So where do I see this relationship going for them in the near future? Do we see them getting married? Do we see them? So I do. Oh, well, not the Death card being here, the Lovers card in reverse. That's past issues coming back, a breakup that happens, not really something that they decide on, more of something that just happens. The Lover's card in reverse is a separation. Why do we see them separating? The Judgment card is here, the Four of Swords, rejection, failure, healing of wounds. The Six of Pentacles in reverse, lack of follow through and accountability. So it's like I see like their engagement being postponed, or sorry, their marriage being postponed, or something like that, their wedding being postponed, like the Judgment card. So there is like she lets herself get affected by comments all the time. Millie, I mean. So I kind of see that the way they're dealing with conflict right now, where um, she's kind of isolating him. He tends to say things that are a little too blunt, or sometimes maybe not the best. Like they're not good things to her sometimes. Um, she also doesn't communicate with him. So they're both communication communicators. But like if they keep doing that, I don't see this working out, because I see them letting other people's thoughts get in front of them and then letting it validate their anxiety or fears inside. And then I see a lack of follow through. There's no like resolution of problems. There's just, I'm sorry, babe. Let me give you a gift, and then that's it. And it's like that not doesn't really resolve anything, because what about the issue you were supposed to talk about? What are your action steps for that? And I don't see that. I don't see action steps. I don't see an effort to resolve issues. What I'm seeing is like, I'm sorry, babe, and then let's be friends again. Let's be together again, whatever, and then it's fine. But then you still have those deep-seated resentments because nothing got resolved. And then what I'm seeing is I don't see them following through with the wedding. At least for now, I'm just seeing this feeling of like I don't know. I don't see them doing anything about it. They're stuck in their comfort zone. So I just feel like we're good with how things are right now. Why do we want to ruin that? That's what I'm seeing for them. Now, what do we see for Millie in terms of like career? What's coming her way career wise? We have the flattery card, Venus and Gemini, practicality. Oh, you know what I saw? Does she have advertisements? I mean, probably she's a celebrity, but it's like I just like literally just saw like an ad for her. Is this something about skincare? There's something about beauty or skincare, and it's like I just see her like with like a very neat bun, and I just see like an ad for something, being a spokesperson for some form of a product, possibly something in relation to skincare, or it's like something because she's a very natural beauty, like that kind of thing, right? That's how she kind of her style, it seems. So like that's what I'm seeing from her. But also, Venus and Gemini, like this just reminded me of like speaking engagements. I'm not seeing this as acting necessarily, but it's like making bank through speaking or through a business. Is she planning on launching her own business or skincare or like makeup or something, like a brand of her own? I don't know if she already has one, but this is what I see coming her way. I see her like trying to make a money making business that's about business, health, which could be skincare as well. Business, health, um, or Gemini, which is like communication. So like making money through speaking engagements or through communicating something like an advertisement, being a spokesperson, like I said. Practicality, I definitely see her being more like I want to be smarter with my investments and my time, my money, my devotion and dedication. Movies and stuff like that are taking way too much time right now. So I want to do something that's like going to give me the most amount of money for now so I can invest in my future. She's very practical. This is Moon in Capricorn as well. I do see her kind of retreating a little bit from her career life and from fame in general. This is like very much giving simple life, like it's funny that I grabbed this card. She's not happy with how things were in that situation, and right now she's just giving herself time to like be happy with what she's earned, you know? The submission card, this is Venus in Pisces in career. Um, okay, this is funny. I still see her in similar films, bird in a cage type of films. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but like, you get it, right? Like, 11 is like a bird in a cage. Like, she's this feeling of like this, the chosen one. I see her in something like that again. I don't know what it's going to be about. I don't think she's going to play a kid, obviously, but it's more so like something like the chosen one. I think, and the reason why I was like, oh, is because I do practice Vedic astrology, and I don't know if you guys know Claire Nocti. I'm gonna put her name somewhere. I love her videos, but Millie basically has a placement where honestly, if she wanted to be a medium, I think she could be one. If I'm not wrong about that, I'll have to do research after this. But from what I'm aware of, I think she has a placement in her astrological chart that makes her like someone who either is a medium or can do those types of roles. Like we're talking Sixth Sense, I See Dead People. We're talking 11 from Stranger Things. Those types of roles where you're like the kid with like special powers. And it's like that's where I see her excelling. But also, if it's not like that, if it's not kid with special powers, it would be something like damsel in distress. Like I have a card deck that says bride in a cage, and that's so weird because she's about to get married. Um, and look at that. Look at what showed up, the Lovers card. So I do think that she would work really well in like psychological thrillers, even, especially about like women or damsels in distress or something. I do see her being interested in like more mentally challenging roles. And also, I would be a little concerned with her marriage, and I think she's concerned about the same thing because she's afraid about being trapped. You think that it's Jake. It's not Jake, it's her. She's the one that's more of a flight risk in this. I don't see him being necessarily bad. I think they both can be a little toxic sometimes. But, to be honest, like as a reader myself, like I know that a lot of relationships can be toxic and can still find their way to health. Okay? But it's up to them to do that. Um, what's coming for her in love? We have the companionship. That's like a companionship card in reverse. That's Moon and Libra in reverse. That's literally a separation or disharmony at the very least in their relationship. Devotion. So I do think that there's potential that they're gonna find their way to still stay with each other, but it's gonna take a lot of hard work. And with the submission card here, can I be honest? I don't know. I think I'm changing my mind now because initially I was saying like maybe Jake isn't that bad, but like the more I see this, the more I feel like, oh my God, he reminds me of like my neighbor's like boyfriend. Oh my God, I'm giving you guys tea, right? Like he reminds me of like my neighbor's boyfriend. She doesn't know who I am or like that I'm on here anyway, but it's like that guy is very much like, you should text me, like they're always on the phone, that kind of thing. It's like they're very a little obsessive, and a little controlling in that aspect. So I don't know, I would be a little concerned. I don't necessarily see like abuse, but I would say that's a gateway to it. So I don't know. Um, Mars in Libra. Yeah, this is aggression or frustrations in their relationship, anger. I think I think the guy asks her to make a choice all the time. It's either me or this. If you really love me, then you would prove it to me. That's where my issue is because like I said bride in a cage literally like earlier. I don't know. I wouldn't go through with it if I were her, simply because I don't think he knows how to deal with heavier conflicts and emotions. But also, she has a lot of work to do as well. Like, it's not just him. She also has a lot of work to do in healing. But both of them, I don't know. I feel like the relationship is very intense in that way. Sorry, I'm like hungry. You guys probably heard my stomach growl. um, their relationship is quite intense in that way, but at the same time, it's like, well, yeah, there's that hunger for each other, like that thirst for devotion and commitment, but it's a little desperate. Like it gives a little bit of that desperate energy, and I just don't think it's the best thing until they can find better ways to set boundaries. That's what I'm seeing. Thank you so much. If you guys would like a reading with me, maybe you have a situation you want me to look into yourself, Go and book me at mediumisabella.com. Everything you need is in my description box. Comment below what else you want me to do a reading on. I know I'm trying to catch up to some of them. I just haven't been paying attention. I've been focusing on like growing my TikTok and like everything else. So follow me on all my other socials and I will see you next time. Okay. Bye.